let's get ready for a lot of wandering. So, as usual, it's been a few weeks since the last time I've recorded this. I'm fairly late here. Last time we got to this level, I don't remember much about it other than it's in India and there's a tiger dude that I'm supposed to stop, and there's like a bunch of people that are showing up, and there's like somebody who's a spider, and I don't know. But anyway, going after bottles. Here's number 17. I was wandering around off-screen a fair amount, trying to determine like what direction I should head in, like where I haven't already explored. I found a couple bottles, and then promptly forgot where they were. Okay, actually, that's not even where I want to be. No, is it? Where the fuck did I go? Yeah, that is it. I don't know, I confused myself. But, why is this door closed now? I was able to get in here like a second ago, I thought. Maybe it's a different door. Because I want to get back to the base, because there was another bottle that I missed over there. And that's why I keep reloading from this state, because here I can kind of like see a good portion of the level. And I remember seeing a couple. I'm like, okay, I'll know where to get these, and then I couldn't find them again. And now there was like another one that I knew where it was. I thought it was running past the fountain into that doorway. Evidently not. Oh god. Okay. It's not that way, right? I don't think it is. I want to head to like where all the snake statues are, which should be by my base. No, I guess it is over here? Because I remember going up these stairs. I remember trees. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Isn't this where the base is? I guess it just kind of led around to it. I don't know. Point is, I don't know the layout of this level at all, which is not surprising, but we're going to do some wandering here. And last time I asked if anybody had any random suggestions for crap to talk about. I did get a few responses. I don't know if I'll be getting to all of them, because some of them are a little bit dumb. But I'm fine with things that are a little bit dumb. That is nothing against the people who submitted them. Things that are dumb are usually good. So let's start off with probably the dumbest, which is my thoughts on mac and cheese. Because back in the Shovel Knight series, I asked for similar questions, and one of them was like, you should do a rant about bread. And I think I did for like 3 minutes or something, and it was glorious. So, mac and cheese. First thing that comes to mind is the fact that, like with the standard Kraft macaroni and cheese, like the like regular small blue box ones, why do the ones with like the shapes always taste better? I've heard that, like, for a long time, I thought that it was just in my imagination. And I'm like, well, I mean, obviously the kid is, like, a kid is going to want to eat the ones that are shaped like cartoon characters instead of the regular noodles, because kids are stupid and they like stuff like that. But then I'm like, years later, I'm like, okay, I'm like 18, and I still think that that's the case. So why is that? And I'm like, maybe it's because you don't get as many noodles in the box, so the cheese is like being distributed differently, and you're getting more cheese per bite, and it tastes better for that reason. And that made sense to me. But now I've heard that apparently they actually do use like a different kind of cheese in that, and it's like sweeter or something. So I guess like if you want to go out and get your Minions macaroni, I would probably prefer not Minions. I would go for like the BB-8 like beetle twig shape. I don't know, but no. Apparently they do have a different flavor, so that's a thing. Aside from that, I have to say the best macaroni that I've had was just. Also, this is an objective, so I'm not going to be not going to be going there. But yeah, the best macaroni I had is actually baked. It's like, I think I mean, Harrison's mom used to make it when I was living with them for a while. I think you basically just put it in a casserole dish, and like, in addition to like the usual melted cheese and stuff, they also would sprinkle like Parmesan cheese on top, and it would get kind of like crusty in the oven. And I don't usually like things that are crusty or crispy, but it just worked well for that. I don't know. Then there's also the very like ghetto and should be bad, judging from how it sounds, macaroni in quotes dish that I would have sometimes, which is just a box of regular macaroni and then a can of chicken, because canned chicken is a thing. And if you've never had canned chicken, there goes my treasure. If you've never had canned chicken, you're not really missing out. It's basically just really shitty cubed chicken in an aluminum can that comes in like liquid, and you drain the liquid, and it's really bad. But it goes well with macaroni, and it also can be good on like crackers, I guess. I don't know. I think I've had it on crackers. I don't even remember. And that just reminds me of the time that I was made fun of for having crackers back in the old AT&T job. It was like the day after Thanksgiving, and we were wasting time in a staff meeting. We were literally wasting time. Like they were like, let's just get off the phones for a few minutes and just kind of have a 10-minute meeting, because like it's the day after a holiday and nobody wants to be here. So I just remember they were like, everybody's like, yeah, I got super drunk, and like that was basically all that anybody had to say. And there goes my treasure, and I'm dead. So screw it. I was trying to get back to the base, but apparently the game's not having any of that. God, this actually kind of sucks. How do I use my smoke bombs? Oh, right, it's a different menu than this. Shit, what do I put on select? Where's my select button? I don't remember what select is. Oh god. No! I'd like to run away, please. I can't tell what button it is because I don't know what select is. Control? Alt? Other control? Okay, there it is. What even was it? Right alt, apparently? Okay. Smoke bomb is L1, apparently. That should be Q, I think. Yes, okay. So, anyway, everybody was just talking about that, and then they're like, well, what did you do? And I'm just like, well, I didn't drink, because I don't do that. And they're like, oh, I bet you had, like, crackers and cheese. I'm like, actually, I did. And then they just started laughing. When I say they, I like to imagine this as just, like, the typical, and then the entire bus clapped type story. Like, it wasn't that dramatic, obviously, but... Okay, let's reload that one. Where the fuck am I even going? I want to be as far away from the base as possible, because I feel like that's what I've explored the least. So I guess we'll stick over here for a little bit. I haven't... There's a bottle. Okay. How many bottles do I still need? Yeah, 12. Quite a few. To be briefly racist, I will also mention that this this group of employees that laughed at us for eating crackers was probably about 80% black. I don't know if that's a thing. I know that cracker is like a not really derogatory term, and so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. It's like, whatever. But I don't know if I can say anything more about mac and cheese. That went on a random tangent to nothing that had anything to do with it. But one of the other questions was just thought on telemarketers, because I kind of was one for a bit. And my thoughts are basically they're human too. but they also can be annoying. Like, I don't blame them for doing their job, so I'll never get, like, personally pissed off at somebody for calling. It's not even really that common of a problem. Mostly I just get calls. Well, what the hell? Okay, I really need to get health. Did I save after getting that bottle? Yes, I did. Yeah, it's like, usually if I get random unwanted phone calls, it's from people that are pissed off because I called them, and they're just returning the call to find out who I am. And I'm like, I have no idea who you are. I didn't call you. They're like, I can prove it. I called the number back. This was on my phone. How else would I have your number? Like, I don't fucking know. But that happens quite a bit. And that is also related to the old stupid work story, which I'm sure I've told, of just how during the later days of the AT&T job, like, basically there was like this crossed line between us and the Allstate Motors Club people, where, like, basically they would call somebody, but it would show up as being called from our number. So when people tried to call them back, they'd reach us. And so we would just constantly be getting these phone calls. Why do you keep bothering me 5 times a day? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, can I have your information? I'll check your account and see if we need to do something with you. And they're like, I don't even have AT&T. Okay, then that's not our fault. Sorry. And then they get pissed off and be like, can you take us off the list? I'm like, there is no list. You have nothing to do with our company, so we're not calling you. And it would just... we'd have to go through that song and dance about 10 times a day. That was a fun time. You'd think maybe they could fix it, but no, they couldn't. But yeah, as for telemarketers themselves, if I ever do get calls from people, it's always like, you're late on your car insurance payment. And I'm like, bitch, I don't have a car. Like, why are you... like, where is this coming from? Which I guess is probably a similar situation to what I just discussed of, like, crossed lines or something. I don't know. But, like I said, they're people too. I don't see any reason in getting mad at them. They're just doing what they need to. What is this?
Sly, Furry and I can't get inside the palace unless you lower the drop wrench.
I'd love to, pal, but the wrench is all locked down. You know where I can find the keys?
Key guards have recently taken up positions around the palace. Sneak in, pick all of their pockets, and bring the keys back to the lockdown winch.
Okay, I can do that. I will do that while searching for bottles, I suppose. God, where the hell are there 10 more? I still haven't even found that other area where I saw a couple more bottles. Like, once I get there, I assume I'll start finding some. But I don't remember where that was. Yeah, I was on the receiving end of the hatred way too many times. I liked the guy who accused me of being a salesman, and that sounds stupid. Like, how can you accuse somebody of that? But he found a way, because it was, like, keep in mind, this was in the retention job. I was not trying to sell anything. The point of the call was, your price is going to go up, and if you don't want that to happen, you need to renegotiate what you want, and I can change your package if you need me to, or I can just give you a new deal. And he took some issue with it, because people always did, and I just remember, like, I was trying to be like, we can do this instead if you don't want to pay that much, like, you can get rid of this and this, it'll cost this much less, whatever. And he's just like, look, I don't need to be talking to a salesman about this! I'm like, I'm not selling you anything. Salesman! And he's like screaming at me. It was really stupid. It was like he was trying to like treat it as a dirty word, and I'm just like, okay, you don't have to do anything. Bye. Enjoy your higher price. Like, there's probably more to that story than that, but it's been so many years I don't remember. Okay, so I've been doing a shit ton of wandering and not accomplishing much of anything.
You can use noise to lure this guard from his post. Try ringing that gong and picking his pocket when he returns to his post.
Alright. Was it necessary, or I guess he was behind, like, back to... Bleh. His back was to a wall, so I probably wouldn't have been able to, pick it super easily. There we go. What kind of drawbridge takes 5 keys? Shit. No! Go away. And now the entire city is after me. Good. Can I please bounce up? Can I please find these 10 other bottles? Like, where the hell are they? Okay, this sounds like a time to escape the smoke bomb. I still love how that just works. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm basically just gonna kind of... that's a key guard right there. I'm gonna go after the keys and hope that they kind of lead me towards the area with the other bottles, and if I don't, then we'll do some more wandering. So yeah, I don't know if there's any really, like, anything much else to say about the telemarketer thing. It's a very vague subject, and despite working vaguely as one, I don't have a whole lot to say about it, I guess. So let's see, there was also, somebody was just like, do you have any restaurant stories? Like, not working at the restaurant, but just like ones you've been to, and I don't really... I'm sure if I thought hard enough, I could think of a time where it's like, man, one time I went to this restaurant, and it was bad, and then that's the whole story. But, like, I don't know. Have been going out to eat far more often than I should recently, just because I usually cook all day and then don't want to do anything when I get home at 11:30, or before I leave for work, for that matter. There's, like, one meal that I usually make, also, the eponymous fish dinner. I don't know why I call it eponymous. I like the fish dinner, though. It is it is basically, like, this, like, garlic salmon stuff, and then we have it with rice, Brussels sprouts, and what we call good mac, which is going back to the macaroni and cheese. Good mac is the... I think it's like white cheddar and herb Kraft Deluxe. I don't remember what the name of the flavor actually is, but it's good though. Okay, where are these keys? There's one over here. Alright, I gotta get around this dude. I assume I can jump down from a tree or a tower or something. Yeah, just kind of vaguely work my way... Oh my god, really? I am having the most trouble today for no real reason. Okay, health is a good thing to have. We went to a place called, God, what was it? I think it's Beef Town. We went there with, Allie and Anton one time, just because it was, like, the only place that wasn't, like, a McDonald's that was open past midnight. And it's just kind of a generic diner. But went there with Joel last night, and it continued to be a generic diner, so there wasn't really any worth to this story, but I'm just saying things that come to mind at this point. So one that might actually have a little bit more substance to it is just thoughts on PS2 games in general, and I feel like I've probably told this at some point also, but I will retell it. PS2 was definitely not one of my more, like, personal favorite systems. God, why? But yeah, it's like, I kind of missed the boat on this one. Like, I had the PS1, I got it after the N64, and I preferred the N64, mainly because it just has the series that I like on it, but, I liked the PS1 a fair amount. And with PS2, like, of that console generation, obviously I've always been the Nintendo person, so I wanted the GameCube. It had stuff on it that I wanted to play, and PS2 didn't really have anything that stood out to me. So I didn't end up getting one until, like, it was 2004 at the absolute earliest. It was probably 2005. And, we had gotten that basically right before the like, 2005 debacle, which was the oft-referred to situation in my life where we lived out of hotels for basically half the year and all that crap. And so, I think we had the first Jak and Daxter, which I played a very small bit of, but never got very far in. I know that, one of the kids, I think Jordan, got, okay, just for the record, I am trying to figure out how to get behind that guy over there, and I can't figure out a good way to do it. There's a rope from, okay, I guess I just need to go this way. But yeah, one of them had gotten, Simpsons Hit and Run. It was like, there was this one time where we went to, I think it was like a Kmart, and they had this big bin of games that were, like, clearance, and there were actually some decent ones in there. And so, this was when the twins were still pretty young, so basically just me, Jordan, and Jonah were the only ones who would really play games. And so, we each picked one out, and I picked Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, believe it or not, because I had heard that it was good and just kind of wanted to try it. Jonah picked Bionicle on GameCube, and Jordan picked Simpsons Hit and Run. And never got to play any of those games, because that was basically right before the, like, right before we had to leave and didn't have access to anything anymore. So I think I played, like, 2 levels of Sonic, maybe. And I never saw anything of the Simpsons one. Got to see a lot of Bionicle, though, because I constantly had to assist with that game. Which was another recurring trend. Like, you're good at X game, so you must know everything about every game ever. You can help me with this despite never having played it. And then I'd be like, Jonah, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't even know the controls of this game. But I need help! And then I would get yelled at for not helping him, so... Good times. But yeah, that pretty much sums up... Like, that story had nothing to do with the PS2 at all, and yet it still somehow sums up my experience with it, because there were, like, maybe 2 games I ever played on it. And, I had eventually gone through, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, later on. Oh, good. I don't have to redo all, do I? I have a save state, though. I didn't realize he was a key guard. Yeah, let's just reload. Okay, so where am I heading? Yeah, this way. Yeah, I think that was on, Harrison's brother's PS2. I just decided to try that, and I enjoyed it, and actually did play through the entire game. Despite the combat in that game being ass, as I have talked about, I think even in this series previously. But, yeah, I never really got into this system, and I always hear that, it's a very common opinion that the PS2 is one of the best systems ever made, just in terms of the game library, because it has so much stuff on it. And I never got that. I can't disagree with it, because it certainly does have like a shit ton of games. It has like one of the largest libraries that I'm aware of. A lot of it, of course, being shovelware, but there's plenty of good stuff on it too. But it's just because I've always just mostly been into the first-party Nintendo stuff, I never really cared that much about the stuff that PlayStation got, I guess. Like, I liked the Spyro trilogy on PS1, and then I think after that it kind of... I hear that it got worse. I don't know if that's true. It could be a Gen 1er type situation. But I lost interest in the series, basically. I was never majorly into Crash. This series, obviously, I kind of passed on. And those are like the main platformer ones that... Really? Did I just lose another key? So wait, when I kill a guard, I lose a key? That's weird. But, yeah, it's like I've always kind of just been the, platformer type of person, so it's like... You've got your various RPGs, like obviously PlayStation 1 and 2 have a lot of Final Fantasies and that kind of stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I don't really care about that. Plenty of non-Final Fantasy RPGs, racing games, fighting games, garage sale games, Garage Sale Sam, Toucan Sam, Shut the Door where you raise in a barn. My father said I can have anything on my MP3 player. Fine, what do you want? AVGN versus NC Final Battle! A little bit of a tangent there. Getting distracted really badly. Been wandering around for 26 minutes, talking about nothing, not finding anything that I need. Nobody cares about Bigfoot. Alright, where the hell are the other key guards? There was one like 2 feet away. How did I get distracted from it? Like, I swear, I'm actually trying to do stuff. I keep getting lost. Okay, there's a dude over there. Let's go do this. Wait, this is just back at the... Oh, shit. Yeah, river. Alright, go away. Nobody cares about Bigfoot yet again. Yeah, the last question that I saw, at least, there might have been other ones, was just thoughts on, like, more modern platformers that have way too many collectibles in them. Jeez, that guy had a lot of money. I don't take issue with that. There's a fairly big difference between 2D and 3D platformers, and around the N64 era, when it kind of shifted over to that, like everybody already knows, we kind of switched to the collectathon format for a while, and then that sort of died out. And I like collectathons for the most part. There's certain ones that are better than others, of course, but I just... Obviously, in this kind of situation here, not knowing where anything is and wandering around blindly for stuff isn't the most thrilling gameplay for someone else to watch, but I don't necessarily mind doing it. I just always worry that it's going to be boring. So it's like you've got that style, and then as for 2D platformers with collectibles, that's not ever something I've really thought about as being an issue. I guess I just find that it sort of increases replayability, or adds a little bit more meat to it. Because a personal favorite of mine has always been Yoshi's Island, and in that game there are a ton of collectibles that you can go after for 100% but don't have to, and basically every single time I've played that game... Actually, I don't even know if basically can apply to this, it's probably just every single time I've played that game, period, I've always gone for 100% just because I like to do it. Same thing with the Donkey Kong Country games. Those always have like the bonus coins and that kind of stuff. And the new Super Mario Bros. Series, adds in like the star coins and that kind of thing, which I appreciate, because with the older Mario games, it's always just sort of get to the end of the stage. Like, every once in a while you can find, like, hidden rooms with 1-ups and power-ups and that kind of thing. But, oh, okay. I guess we're down here now. What is this? But yeah, it's like the star coins, I feel, kind of give you incentive to explore the level a little bit more and pay more attention to it. Now, I still don't remember basically the layouts or themes of like any level from those games. But that might be more to the fact that there's 4 identical games released over the course of, what was it? I'm gonna say the original New Soup came out, what was it, like 2005 or 6? I know it was an early DS title, I don't remember what year that was, but there was that one, and then the final one came out as like a Wii U launch title, which was, what, like 2012? So we really did kind of get saturated with those games. But, I mean, that's kind of going off on a tangent. Most of the games are still pretty good. The 3DS one's just kind of but even that one's not bad necessarily, it's just bland. Okay, there's a bottle. So I probably have not been in this area before. So we're gonna actually try to do some more thorough exploration here. But yeah, overall I'd say nothing wrong with collectibles and platformers. It just gives you something extra to do, and it's usually optional if you don't want to bother with it. Like, for me, if I'm gonna play a game like Donkey Kong Country Returns, I usually like to go after those just because it is a little bit more substantial that way. I guess I can see the appeal either way though, because there's also just the there's, what do I want to call it? I guess just like the classic Nintendo hard style, like, get through the level and don't die 15 times while you do so style of game. And those are fine too. And a cat is fine too. 8-bit Che Guevara. Don't know if I pronounced that right. I don't actually know who he is. I know that he's like some kind of rebellious figure, but I don't know what his significance was or his ideology or anything. And if you're wondering why I'm bringing this up, then don't worry about it. I'm just rambling, and this is complete just stream of thought, like train of thought, stream of mind. What's the phrase for, I don't know. Okay, I've seen this bottle 15 times. Can I actually get it now? Thank you. There was another one over there. Let's get that before I forget about it. Hey, look, what? Look, I forgot about it. This is the worst video. No, I don't know. If you enjoy rambling, then maybe this has been a good video. Okay, that's a key bearer. I should probably, did that attract him? Yes, it did. And we're dead. Okay, maybe not dead, but... Hey, look, something I won't be able to keep. Okay, fine. How many keys are we at? 25. I think there was another one up there that I saw too, so we're getting there. I can already see these last couple ones taking me like an hour to find, though. Good music. Yeah, there's a bottle right there. You slip off of these rooftops really easily. Just pointing that out. Can we not? I just want to get the damn bottle. No, I will not slice my fingers thin. I just want to order a dang hamburger. How to get thing. I guess like that. Make! Oh my god. Sometimes the controls in this game don't quite seem to work the way I want them to. It's totally not my own fault for being bad. Okay. I can get the last key. There's another bottle. I can beat this level, but in an hour I'll be hungry for another. One day I might stream Gex 3. I am not really looking forward to doing it, so it's not a priority of mine, but it could happen eventually. Okay, so 3 bottles left. Obviously last key's right there. I'm just kind of putting that one off because I don't know if it's gonna, like... I don't think it's gonna trigger a cutscene or, like, end of mission type thing, is it? Oh, god damn it, really? Okay, let's just get this over with. Man, you have a lot of goddamn change.
Good job, Sly. Now take those stolen keys back to the padlock switch to lower the drawbridge.
Drawbridge! I suppose there could also be bottles in the area that the drawbridge leads to, except I think that that's just so they can get their car over here, and that it's an area, or not over here, but they can get their car across it, and I've already been across the area. I don't remember. So let me do another quick sweep of this area, and if I don't see any more bottles, then I'll do a amount of off-screen wandering until I find it, I guess. So to, really? He actually didn't see me. Okay, then. To go off on different subjects and just follow-ups of, things that I've talked about in the past. In one of the previous videos, I talked about the giant, god-awful rash that I had, and I think I said that it would... I don't remember if I said that it was getting better or getting worse. If I said that it was getting better, it definitely got worse after that, because, there's a bottle up there. I think it actually was okay for a little while, but then it got, like, really, really fucking bad, where I just, basically my entire arm was this giant red pile of disease, and I hated it, and I felt like there's no way I should be working with this, because people are gonna think that I'm gonna, like, give them typhoid, but, I finally went to the doctor about it, and he's like, oh, it's poison ivy. I'm like, no. There's no way it's poison ivy, because I don't ever, like, go outside. Like, I walk to work and walk back, and I am pretty sure I don't pass through any poison ivy along the way. I have a cat, do you think that could be it? And he's like, oh, probably, you're gonna get rid of the cat? I'm like, I wasn't planning to. What do you want me to do? And so, he, prescribes this ointment. And so we go to Walmart to pick it up, because there's like a pharmacy at the Walmart, and it's just the closest thing, basically. And so, I go there, and they're like, oh, it's not ready yet, it'll be ready in about 20 minutes, so go wander off for a little bit. This is on a day where Martin has to go to work, for the record, and he has to go in like an hour. And so we're like, okay, 20 minutes, whatever. Come back. And they're like, oh, well, we actually don't have the correct amount Like, you were prescribed 45 grams, we only have 15. Do you want to just take what we have now and then come back for more later? And I'm like, I guess I should probably start this soon, so alright. So they're like, okay, give us a couple minutes, and it's like 5 minutes. And it comes over with the tube, and I'm about to take it. They like check it out, they check my like insurance card and all that stuff. And then it's like, oh, it won't scan properly because this isn't the amount that you were supposed to get, so something in the system's messed up, so let's fix that. It'll be about 5 more minutes. And I'm like, we have to fucking leave. So 5 minutes pass, and I think there was like another delay that happened also, I don't even remember, but it just took forever to get this goddamn cream. But I got it, and it works fairly well. The rash is still there, but it's certainly more tolerable now. It's going away at least. And I had also set up another appointment for a follow-up with the doctor. So we go there, and first thing he asks, did you get rid of the cat? I'm like, no. You never said I had to. You didn't even know if it was the cat. You thought it was poison ivy. But, it was just like, oh yeah, it looks a lot better. You probably want to keep using that. How much did you get last time? I'm like, well, or it was like, how much do you have left? And I'm like, I only have 1 tube left out of the 3. He's like, 3 tubes? I only prescribed 1. I'm like, but it was 3. What do you mean? Like, they're 15 tubes. And I'm like trying to explain. He's like, oh, okay. And so I'll give you another 60, and you can go pick that up. So we go to the Walmart. Oh, and wait, no, I'm skipping a part. So he does that, and then I'm like, I'm supposed to get like an allergy test, right? Like they said that I couldn't do that because they do the allergy test on the arm. They basically put this thing on you, and it like, they like poke you with a bunch of common allergens and then see which ones react or something. And so like, they were gonna do that, but my arm is already all red and awful, so they wouldn't be able to tell what was actually the reaction. And I'm like, can't you do it somewhere else? Like, can you do it on like my back or my leg or something? And he's like, oh, well, let me call on the person who does that. So she comes in, and I ask the same thing, and she's like, yes, but you have to follow these instructions, and gives me this sheet that says, like, no, you can't take allergy medication for 3 days before it, and you can't be on any kind of steroids for 10 days, and the ointment that I got is considered a steroid. And so I'm supposed to be continuing this thing, but even if I wasn't, like, she calls me back, like, she's like, I'll call in a week to see if you're ready to do it. And I'm like, a week is less than 10 days, and I'm still on this stuff now. So this doesn't really line up, but okay. But yeah, so we go to the Walmart, and I'm like, okay, I'm here to pick up my thing. And they're like, we have it, but your health insurance won't cover it until July 16th, so you should come back in a couple weeks. I'm like, I have to use this one goddamn tube for that long? I don't know. It's stupid. Anyway. That was a bit of a rant. I've been wandering for an extremely long time now. I have still not found anything new. So I am going to go ahead and look for this off screen, because this is taking forever. Found one of them. And here's the last one. It's just wherever this is. I'm not sure how I missed that one so many times. I feel like I've been through this section like thousands of times, but I don't know. Basically, just so you know, I looked up a map, and I found one that was not particularly helpful. It shows where all of them are, but the entire map is like basically a giant pink blob. Here, let me actually show what I mean. I can do this real quick. Monitor capture. Here it is. Yeah, I've been looking at this map. Like, the red dots are the bottles. It's just, I can't really tell what anything is, because it's all just kind of a big pastel blur. But I tried. It helped me find one of them, at least. I don't whatever that first one was. I think it might have been like here or something. I don't know. And then the other one, I just had to look up a video, and luckily it was very early in the video, and so it didn't take me very long to get it. But that took a long time. I don't know how long, but definitely longer than I was wanting to spend on this. So let's go ahead, lower the drawbridge, see what that grants us access to. Like, I now know where the drawbridge is, because I've passed by it a number of times. It's just to get the car over here like I thought. I also found a building that you can crawl underneath. If I see it again, I'll point it out and show you what it does, but...
I can access the palace grounds.
There was nothing under the house from what I could tell. No rice. No rice, yeah. Well, there was no rice, that's true. There were also no mice with ropes that drop you into trapdoors, or like cameras or anything like that. But now that that's done, at least, we've had 45 minutes of wandering, and let's see what we want to do next. There's a Murray objective. I could do that, I guess. There's a thing over there. I don't know if I want to do it. Let's just do the Murray objective. Switch things up a little bit. And then I think we're going to end after that. I did not expect the bottle hunt to take quite that long. I'm a little bit annoyed that it did, but I did enjoy the rambling, as stupid as it sounds. So let me sell all this junk. I've got quite a lot of money. I can buy both of these. Turnbuckle launch. Jump to heroic heights. Okay, sounds useful. And yeah, there's the weird shrinking potion crossbow. Might as well, see no reason not to buy it. Okay, so how do I do this superhero jump thing that it just told me about? Let me actually... here. Okay, so I've got that, and then I've got L1. Not that I'll remember that, but I have it if I need it. Oh, do I hold it? So it is literally just a high jump. It doesn't even seem like it's that much higher, but... okay. I guess that might be handy somewhere. So what am I doing with Murray? Because I didn't... Again, it's been a while since I saw what any of the actual objectives in this level were, so I don't remember any of it. Oh. Okay, no, I guess we're just gonna be here now. Can I help you, gentlemen? Here we go.
That chopper is a menace to all future aerial operations while on this job.
Is it actually, though?
It's all covered in missiles and guns and stuff.
Now be a team player and take it out with that rusty pre-war turret.
I was wondering what that thing
I
was.
had a potato gun once. I bet it works just the same.
Oh, and we're placed right next to it, okay.
Hit buttons fast to keep your strength up.
What? Apparently I'm just mashing buttons. Okay.
Use the left analog stick to aim and hold down the R1 button to fire. But be careful. If you continue firing for too long, the gun will overheat.
Can't hear you over the gun. Sorry, buddy.
Try getting
Gun will overheat, blah, blah, blah.
shoot down the enemy missiles before they hit you.
This is a interesting departure from the norm, I suppose. And the game got really loud. And we'd be done. I'm assuming that thing on the right is a health bar. I've not been looking at it. Oh, God, I've barely hit the thing. shit. I don't know if this is like a one-hit kill if I get hit with one of those. But not really something I want to find out. Gotta say, not loving the controls on this. I mean, it operates the way you'd... Where'd it go? Operates the way you'd expect it to, but it doesn't turn very well. So it's a little annoying. Please. I can never hit the freaking chopper because... Okay, come on, get some decent hits on it. Please. Yeah, this is a little tedious. I was saying nice departure from the norm a second ago. I kind of take that back a little bit. Mainly just because I'm bad at it. But hey, I can complain about things. That's what I do best. This thing has entirely too much health. Can I just finish it off, please? Yeah, I've seen this chopper a number of times passing through the levels. It never really seemed to do much to me. It was just kind of there. Be done. Please. Why does this thing take 4 million hits? Okay. And was that the only thing he had to do in the entire stage? Something tells me that it might be. Let's see. Quite possibly. What are my mission objectives anyway? Dance party. Yeah, I've seen that one a few times. I don't actually know if I can do that one yet, but even if I can, it's not for Murray to do, so... Whatever. Let's cling to every wall, apparently, and, yeah, like I said, most of this video was a little bit worthless, but hopefully it made at least good background noise. I enjoy rambling about shit, and I think there's people who enjoy listening to me ramble about shit, so... next time we might make some actual progress, but this one was decent filler in the meantime, at least. I will be back in hopefully not another 2 weeks.